Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's the same, but different. Welcome to the Monday Game Show. I'm still in holiday mode. I'm still in you can tell I'm rusty. I'm still in holiday mode, but I thought I would do this special show here because there are some changes are coming, ladies and gentlemen, for the new term. Yes, a new school term, as it were, a new podcast term coming up. I still have a holiday to get out the way, but when I come back, there will be some changes. So we're sort of showcasing some of those changes in tonight's show, and I would appreciate your thoughts on it. But basically, it's to sort of amalgamate and expand some of the sort of gaming news rather than just be kind of Xbox. We'll be talking about, a much broader range of gaming news and all centralized around Monday. That's the idea. So we'll have GeForce Now news, obviously, Xbox news, any other news. I noticed Jerome is in the chat talking about the voice of Mario, Charles, Martinet. We'll have news about that. So all sorts of different kind of news, but all game related, so we can gather on a Monday for the Monday Game Chat. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. That's what we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about the Starfield hype train tonight, of course. We've got all of that. And tomorrow is Gamescom 2023 from Cologne live. So lots of exciting announcements there. Black Myth Wukong, which is a game that I remember seeing at least 2 years ago, the trailer for. Super excited, and there were rumors that it might even end up on Stadia back then, and it looks super cool. Anyway, they're going to have lots of big reveals at the Gamescom live event, which kicks off tomorrow. So there's going to be lots of exciting news. So September's going to be September through to Christmas. Big time for gaming. And so we're doing a refresh here and looking forward to it all. So without further ado, let's run my mini titles and we'll get on with the show. Now, my mini titles had sound there, but you didn't hear it. So I'm going to run it again because there's a nice old voice on there, a bit of sort of ASMR voice going on there.
It's the Monday Game Chat with your host, Clive Illenden.
See? That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, as ever, you know the score with these things. If you are familiar with the show, please join in with the chat and all of that. It's always lovely to see people in chat. Makes me feel good. I've sort of, been away for a few weeks and had a bit of a rest because it's the summer and things are a bit quiet and just, some downtime. It's important you have some holiday and a break, and that's what summer holidays are for. And I thought I would have a summer holiday from game streaming. As I said, we're going to be back full, big, in your face in September. But I thought I would trial out my new idea, as it were, which is the Monday Game Chat and all of that. So yokoso, arigato gozaimasu. Let us know what games you've been playing in the chat down below. Been quite a few exciting and interesting games. There's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, launched this week, and it is in the cloud. Everspace 2, sort of get you in the mood for Starfield. That was been released. So lots of things like that. Let us know, as I say, in the chat what you've been playing. As ever, I've been playing a lot of retro gaming, thanks to Antstream Arcade, of course. I'm absolutely loving that. And trying it out on all devices around the house, which is always fun and always exciting. Let's clear that. Right, without further ado, let's do the housekeeping, as Jerome says. Hit the likes. Indeed. Hit them likes because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find awesome game content like this, game chatting content. We're just going to talk about games. I want to hear your opinions, your views, your news, all of that. And we're going to be trying some stuff. And I'll experiment, try with some stuff, probably have some features and all of that. But this is just a sort of like a pilot episode. See it like a pilot episode and all of that. Yeah. It's familiar, yet different, enough, familiar enough. It's me. It's like the Stadia Monday Night Chat, the Xbox Monday Night Chat, and now it's just the Monday Game Chat. Yeah, familiar, same old, but with just a little bit extra and a few things. We have to evolve with the times and all of that, don't we? Right, let's jump into the chat. Jerome, good to see you. Internet of Games, he was straight in there. He's very happy about the situation, the scenario that's happening here. The guy that is the voice of Mario is moving on. Indeed, we'll come to that. And we'll read a little feature on that. All good things. It's Mario. Now, I did actually remind me in the chat, because he's not actually saying it's, apparently, if you believe TikTok, or YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. I'm sure I saw it on Instagram Reel or something like that. He's not actually saying like as in like it is Mario. He's not saying it's a Mario. Like we're thinking he's saying, hey, it's me, it's Mario. He's not actually saying that. He's saying something else, I believe. And I'll try and dig it out for you, actually. I think he's saying something Japanese, oddly enough. In a weird way or something like that, but we'll come back to it. But I'm sure I saw some YouTube short or TikTok explaining it. That's where you get your facts from, isn't it? Anyway, but we'll come to that. Francisco Suarez, welcome back. Missed this Mondays, just weren't the same. I know, but look, you got to have a break from school, got to have a break from work. Holiday time, yeah? I shall be back in, it's the bank holiday. It's a bank holiday in the UK. One of the many, I think 4, well, King's coronation this year. So we had about 5 bank holidays this year. It is the last bank holiday of the year next Monday. And so I probably won't be doing a show because it's a bank holiday. And then I'm back to France for a short while. But when I come back, will be full-on show. I mean, Starfield, probably the what's the word? Anyway, the brain's gone dead. The reviews will probably start coming out by then. There's a sort of you can't review them at the moment. People have review copies of Starfield. Can't say anything yet. All of that. Lies of Pi and all of that coming out. So lots of exciting things coming up in September. And I want to be here for you, with you, talking about all the crazy, fantastic games that are coming up. And as I say, tomorrow, we're probably going to get more news, views on lots of exciting games, thanks to Gamescom from Cologne. Sednar, how are you? Good evening to see you. Good to see you. Evening. New wraps for Xbox Series X. Yes, indeed. And these are official. And we'll come to that. We've got that. Jerome, never fear change. We all have to evolve. Yeah. It's evolve. Hello all. Says Jerry. That's not the voice of Mario, lol. That's, it's a Mario. How's that? It's a Mario. I don't know. I played that AI game you tried out, Origins. Yes, if you've not seen... thank you, Internet of Games. If you've not seen it, it's on Steam. It's called In-World. It's by In-World. In-World Origins. I think it's called In-World Origins. It's a sort of AI tech demo, and I did it over on my AI channel. And all the and maybe we'll look at it a bit later. All the characters, let's just have a look. All the characters are powered. All the dialogue of the characters is powered by AI. So there's no dialogue tree involved. And basically you have to sort of solve a crime. It's only like a very short demo, and it's really a demo of the tech so that other developers can take the tech, because it sort of plugs into Unreal, and in real time it uses AI to control the mouth using MetaHuman. So control the characters, control the mouth, control what they're saying using voices from 11 Labs, which is an AI, a brilliant AI voice thing. Very natural voices. They sound natural. They don't sound robotic. Really cool. But also they've put in a whole layer of emotions. So depending on what the character says or emotes, or it needs to, it's not just the voice, it's not just the dialogue, it's the whole thing. It's the action, the tone, thanks to 11 Labs, and also the way they emote. So they're not given any dialogue. All they're given are the AI basically is instructed with their individual backstory and a key piece of the overall story. So they don't know the full story. And then you actually speak to them. You can speak to them via text or via a microphone. So you actually talk to them and you ask them, you play the role of a detective, and you basically ask them about the case. And in their character, they will live on the fly respond to you. Not from a set script, but from generative AI. It's really rather impressive. It's not perfect. Let me just check out my channel. It's not perfect, but here, I'll show you basically. I wonder if this will work. Let's just go here. So you'll this is the video. I'll just give you a quick down and let me investigate.
Investigate. You think you can just investigate and solve everything. No, it's not that simple.
Every character in this game I'm about to play has no scripted dialogue. They are all powered by AI. Their reactions, their motivations, their characterizations, their interactions with me, all of it on the fly, powered by AI. Is this the future of game development? Let's check it out. So you'll see, I'll just jump along a bit here and you'll see, oh, it's that same guy.
They might have valuable information regarding the explosion.
So this is the sort of your assistant who's sort of telling you, can help you, tell you who you need to talk to and things like that.
Witnesses to gather more insights.
And then you just go around the world and you, let me just find, yeah, you talk to this guy. He gets a bit angry, this guy. No, he seems to think there's, and you can see I'm using the microphone. And then he should kind of respond.
Robots don't have feelings or thoughts. They're just machines.
But they're each given their character. So if they get angry, like if you annoy him, he'll stand up and get a bit in your face. So you've got to sort of be a bit tactical the way that you interrogate him and stuff like that. But really fascinating stuff. As I say, it's not perfect, but the demo is free. It's on Steam. Download it, give it a go. Let me know what you think. Watch my video over on my AI channel. I'll drop it for you. Not many people have watched it. I'll put it in the chat for you. But there we are. Close that out. But anyway, yeah, it's very good. And as I say, they've added text because sometimes the mic didn't quite work properly, or I don't think they heard me properly. But now they've added, you can type in, which might be quite useful if you're used to that. But what is amazing, and this could be, imagine a world like, Cyberpunk, where all the characters, rather than, it probably takes just as long, well, it takes significantly shorter to give all the characters motivation their motivation, their characters, their character aspects, their background, than it is to give them a whole tree, a whole dialogue tree. Imagine that. Unbelievable. So there's no dialogue tree. Like as I said, these characters are just like you would ask ChatGPT a question and then it responds. Yeah, in sort of real time, in using generative AI in a kind of natural language way. That's really using the power of AI. And then what they've done, as I said, is they've made it so it works with Unreal Engine. It works with MetaHuman. So you get on the fly facial animation and all of that. It's pretty impressive, as I said. And you can just see this is early doors, and it's meant as a demo, as a tool for developers, say, indie developers and stuff like that. But you can see other big developers. Imagine a game like Rockstar got their hands on it and develop it, or maybe they have been developing this technology for something like, GTA 6 or something like that. It'd be crazy. You could just have really complex worlds. Hey, Jay Smith, how you doing? Good to see you. Lovely to see everybody in the house today. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you hit those likes. There's 19 of you. Have you forgotten? Hit the likes because it helps. It really does help, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I say it. Everybody says it, don't they? Gonna please hit the likes. But honestly, it helps. It's all part of the algorithm. So whack those likes if you've not done that. Internet of Games, you should definitely use the mic if you can. And it is early. Folks here will understand why it's somewhat rudimentary at this stage, but you can see the potential. It's very short. Might not solve the crime because there's one point where they go to a different part of the world. Well, you can't. You're sort of trapped in this world where there's been an explosion in a lab. It's set in a world where robots and humans live together in a sort of shaky harmony, and there's been an explosion at a lab. And you go to investigate it. So, yeah. But it's been popping off with NPC AIs. GTA 5 AI NPC level just got taken down by Rockstar. Interesting. Hey, Geek the Sneak. Good to see you. What it do, indeed. Yeah, I remember it sounds similar to the potential of Stadia original games potential. There was that detective game, which was a demo using machine learning, very similar. It didn't have the animations, the facial animations at that time. It didn't have MetaHuman, but there was it was a sort of a whodunit, a sort of below the stairs, murderer, and you had to chat. You chatted by text, I think. And you had to chat with the cook, the maid, the somebody else or whatever. I seem to remember, and it was a demo that Google put together as a sort of a hint of what might have been or what might come in the future with a kind of cloud-based game using machine learning. But as we know, with the rapid rise of generative AI since the end of last year to now, it's absolutely crazy. So there we go. I bought Baldur's Gate on GFN, just wondering how well it worked on this generation Xbox. That's interesting because I have it on GeForce Now as well, and I have to use keyboard and mouse, or somebody told me I have to use keyboard and mouse, and I'm just not a keyboard and mouse player. But the game itself lends itself, it's because it's nerdy, lends itself to keyboard and mouse. I still struggle with it. I need somebody to help me through it. I struggle. I die pretty early on, really. But there we go. The great thing is you have an output, the final outcome of the game, and the inputs, characters. So you can set the model free to learn the shape of the game. Indeed, yeah. And that's the great thing. But imagine a game that just gets stronger. Yeah, where the AI learns. So it starts off, right, and you fight the AI, say for instance, and they're easy. Yeah, and then you go back, but it's learned. So you try it again. So the difficulty level every time you go back increases because the AI is learning the way that you play. So you have to come up with different strategies. Imagine that. So not a dialogue one, but more like a combat game where they learn from... What's that? I'm sure there was a film where they learn from your mistakes. Or a bit like Edge of Tomorrow. Remember that? Eat, Sleep, Die, Repeat, or whatever it was, with Tom Cruise. That kind of thing where he keeps dying, but like a roguelike game or roguelite game or whatever they're called. Com says he uses an Xbox controller. How do you find it? Is it doable? Is it playable with a controller? I'd be interested to know your thoughts there, Com. Hey, Crow, how are you? Good to see you in the house. Thank you. Remember to hit the likes, everybody. And if you are new here, welcome to the inaugural pilot episode of the Stadia. No, not Stadia, my son. I nearly said, because it looked like a Stadia controller there, even though it's an Xbox on it. Because it's red. I saw it. The Monday. It'll never die. The Monday Game Chat. Welcome to the Monday Game Chat. UK Starfield being SSD only on PC is just playing into the lap of GFN. Fingers crossed. The Game Pass GFN integration is announced at Gamescom. GFN is at Gamescom. Now, you might go, obviously, but they made a big thing about it. So maybe they are having something to announce. And the good news is the Bethesda games are now being released. So you've got, on GeForce Now. So you're beginning to see as promised, so, but yeah, absolutely with you there, Caseball. Fingers crossed. Absolutely. Yeah, I know, Stadia. Let it die. It's easy enough to use the RB button. Works to bring up your fighting options. Maybe I'll try with a controller. Jay Smith is excited for Gamescom. I completely forgot about it, but then now I'm suddenly the hype train this week sort of is kicked in, and Jeff Keighley's doing the whole kind of presentation thing. And then when I saw Black Myth Wukong is going to be heavily featured at Gamescom. Very, very excited. This was one of the earliest Unreal 5 demo games from, I think, a Chinese game developer. And it looked really, really cool. And this was about, I'm going to say about 18 months ago. And, people were asking back in the day, is it going to come to Stadia or whatever? And we all kind of hoped it would. But I think the game's due for release in 2024. So we'll see. Anyway. GFN to share a stage. Imagine. Is this, this, or are you just sort of imagining it? What's that underneath there going on there? How's your polishing going, Caseball? Very good. Right, let's clear that. Let's get on with some GNUs, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget. Before we forget. So, of course, the big news. Big news, ladies and gentlemen, of course. Are you hyped? Are you ready for the hype, ladies and gentlemen? The review copies are out there. People in the press have review copies. Obviously, there's an embargo. That's the word I was looking for earlier. There is an embargo on... any music playing. There's an embargo until on those reviews. Although I did see a non-spoiler review. Does that count? How strict is the embargo? From a a reasonable size following on Twitter. So I don't know how genuine it was, but he was saying there's no bugs that he could see of, no obvious bugs. For me, the game's not going to be bad, right? It's not going to be bad unless there's like major load of old bugs, like maybe sort of, Cyberpunk came out with loads of bugs. But I think Look, there'll be bugs. There will be bugs here and there, but it's going to be a good game. Obviously, expectation and the hype is through the roof. But whatever your feelings, it's going to be a good game because of the concept, there's so much to do, the size of it. So as long as there's no real major game-breaking bugs, yeah, minor bugs we can live with, are to be expected, and all of that. Drinking problem. But yeah, so 16 days, 2 weeks to go. I'll be ready. The Monday game chat will be ready. Ready for Starfield, ladies and gentlemen. We're not messing about. Now, talking of big games and Cyberpunk related in a weird way, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. It is alleged, huge, unconfirmed, Keanu Reeves is seemingly set to star in Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding 2 with a possible reveal at Gamescom. What did he say? I love you, right back, yeah? Here are the clues, according to this guy. Hideo Kojima previously expressed interest in working with Keanu Reeves. Kojima posted photos of Keanu Reeves and Norman Reedus, the lead star of Death Stranding, on his Instagram. Yeah, he doesn't do that. He knows what he's doing, Kojima, on his Instagram. Yeah? He knows what people are going to think. So, yeah. Kojima shared a photo on a plan yesterday without specifying a destination, headed to Cologne, Germany for Gamescom. A photo set he's editing the video, so likely to see a very early trailer for Death Stranding 2 at Gamescom. This is what I'm talking about. Gamescom sort of is, well, it's not come out of nowhere because it happens every year, but like, because it's August, I'm a bit, I've been a bit off things. I've been sort of holidaying and chilling, relaxing and in the garden. But yeah, suddenly, as I was prepping for the show, I'm thinking, wow, Gamescom opening night is not only live tomorrow night, but there's lots of exciting things happening there. So could we see Death Stranding 2 at Gamescom opening night? Let me know what you think. Will Keanu Reeves there? Will Keanu do a Cyberpunk like he did at the Xbox presentation, before the launch of Cyberpunk? In the announcement trailer of DS2, a mysterious masked character with what appears to be a guitar weapon is shown. Bit close to Johnny Vegas, whatever, not Johnny Vegas. Cyberpunk. Music will play a larger role in DS2 in a Japanese interview, likely referring to a guitar-like weapon. Brilliant. You can walk around with a massive backpack playing the guitar. Brilliant. Anyway, let's look. There's Kojima. There, the masked character with his intestines glowing, with his sort of weird guitar thing going on. Keanu and Reedus. So Reeves and Reedus. And hello. Coincidence? Let me know what you think. Is it a coincidence? So that's Starfield. That's exciting. And as I say, let's lead on to... of course. Are you ready? Gamescom. World premieres. Let the party begin. live tomorrow. Jeff Keighley thinks he's a superstar, doesn't he? Put on a show and then make yourself the host. I mean, what kind of conceited idiot creates their own show so that they could be the host? I mean, that's just... Oh. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Now, another game, Stadia related as well. Who remembers Project Z? Put your hand up in the chat if you remember Project Z. So Project Z started off as a Kickstarter, and, you know, the Stadia community were all up for this. Bring it to Stadia and all of that, and they promised that they would be bringing it to Stadia and all of this. And I signed up on the Kickstarter. I paid my money for this, and it was going to be a sort of, you know, bit like, what's the zombie one? Zombie Army. So, but on a kind of experimental Nazi island where they've got sort of Nazi zombies and stuff like that. That kind of genre. Yeah. Well, it seems that they've cancelled the Kickstarter because they've got a publisher, and it's Modus. Very, very early production. They went back to the
devlog 6 of Project Z
beginning.
Order. I will later explain why we chose to change the name, but before that, we have many other things to discuss.
They basically not started a game, but now they've got more money.
Finally having Modus Games
they can get more staff and all of that. And Modus, there, as you can see,
hire great people and get more in depth with all the game design
They
document.
were a tiny team back in the when they started.
We decided to go back into pre-production back in August 2022. That gave us
I remember that. Who remembers the early trailer for this?
All the features onto paper and really
Project Z, I think it was called back in the day.
That was also the point where we thought that it might make sense to change the name to Project Z Beyond Order. But we also think that it makes.
We won't play it a lot, but basically what he's saying is now they've basically been picked up. So it's a World War II zombie co-op game. Yeah, Project Z Beyond Order, and they've been picked up by Modus now, the publisher, so they don't need to raise funds via Kickstarter, and it means that they can employ some more developers to kind of work on it. They've employed somebody to kind of really develop the story out a bit more, so they've sort of gone back and started some more pre-production again. So they're using the fact that Modus has come in to kind of kickstart the game again. No, to sort of go back to the beginning a bit and really flesh out the game. But yeah, I'm very excited about this because I put my money up for this. I don't know what happens. I don't think they took the money, I guess. But I pledged. So I feel I did my part for Project Z Beyond Order, which is its new name and all of that. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. But again, let me know in the chat. Do you remember this, Project Z? Let's see if there's any. They're just talking about full trailer coming soon.
In the last devlog, we talked about recruiting NPCs. So we
As
now
you say,
have
very
our
early
first
stages here. There's no lighting effects on it or anything like that.
So Stefan started working on some of the concepts, so we get a better.
They're developing out the story.
This is the place where you can
kind of
upgrade your
weapon
weapons and put
selection,
attachments on new weapons that are
kind of
currently
stuff.
being.
But I'm excited for it. The trailer was very promising, but you never know, especially those super early trailers, how they're going to turn out. How's it going to turn out? Forgot this one. Oh, yeah, so this is a bit old, right? But just talking about the hype, bearing in mind this tweet is 4 days old, so you can knock 4 days off all of these titles here, but just on an Xbox point of view. So Limbo is out. Quake 2. I haven't. Oh yes, talking of games I played a bit of Quake 2. Let me know. Have you tried the sort of? It's not remastered, repolished. What's the word? Because it's still the basic Quake 2. They've just sort of maybe up the not up the quality of the graphics. It's that they made it like 4K, but not actually redone the assets or anything like that. It just plays in 4K or something, Quake 2. But it was all right. You can see its relationship to Doom, though, can't you? It's so, you know, back in the day. But you can play it, give it a go in the cloud. It's on Xbox xCloud, as it were. Everspace 2, which I am meaning to give it a go. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was out on GeForce Now, and that's out now already, and on in the cloud. So I might give it a go in the cloud on Xbox. Have you played Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Yeah. Sea of Stars, I'm less familiar for that, is out in... So that's going to be out in 8 days. So let's read 8 day. Repurposed. Thank you, Struggle Boxing. Thank you. Starfield is 16 days, as we've just said. Liza P, 29 days. Party Animals, 30 days. I think Party Animals were featuring at Gamescom. Payday 3, 31 days. And Forza Motorsport, 50 days. Just a little kind of teaser of just some of the games coming up, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see everybody in the chat as ever. Let us know your thoughts on everything I'm kind of taking you through today. Now, this is a few weeks ago. Xbox halving the £1 Game Pass trial. Old news this now. But yeah. 14 days. Only gets you 14 days. But well worth it if you, maybe you want to try Starfield out. 14 days of Starfield for £1. Yeah, so if you're not a Game Pass member, for £1, you can get 14 days of Starfield. So not to be sniffed at. Give it a go. That's how I started with the Sea of Thieves. You know, when Game Pass first launched, the first big AAA game they had, or their first big launch, Sea of Thieves. I thought, why spend £50 on Sea of Thieves when I've got this £1 trial for what seemed like 3 months back then of Game Pass? And even if I pay the full price of Game Pass, which at the time I was only paying, $5.99 for the whole year. Well, no, not for the whole year, for the remaining 9 months. It's still worth my while, plus all the other games are on there. And then I've been paying them ever since. God knows how many years is that? Enough, ladies and gentlemen, enough. Assassin's Creed fans, ladies and gentlemen. It went gold. 7 days ago, last week, Assassin's Creed Mirage went gold. It's coming out on October the 5th. But yes, getting hyped. So like there is so many good, like I say, now it is the season of games. Yeah, starting the new term, come September. Wow. What a great season of games. I think we are getting the product. You know, COVID and everything had a delay, and I know that seems a long time ago now, but it does have a knock on. I think this is the full season, yeah, the autumn season, the autumn winter season, back up to where it should be in terms of big AAA games and all of that. After a few sort of years, a couple of years of sort of, meh kind of things, I think we're back. We're back. It's a bit like in this country, the A-level marking is back to its hardcore level for all the poor A-level students this year. They're not getting an easy ride. It was back to hardcore level. Well, I think the season of gaming this year is back to hardcore level, big games, Starfield, Assassin's Creed, lots of lovely, jubbly games coming up this season. But there we are, gone gold, which is always good to see, because basically it means they've locked it down, they've finished, no delays. Yeah, no delays. That's what basically that means. It's happening. It's happening, people. Now, talking of games that get delayed and games that people are giving up on, and talking of Ubisoft games vaguely related to Assassin's Creed game as well, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Skull and Bones, it's not going away. Look at this. There's a beat. They are running. They're not giving up. There was rumours that this was done. Yeah, it's been postponed and stopped, and kicked on and polished. It's not up to scratch. Rethought, redesigned, change of developers. Well, developer team, all of that. And yet here we are. A closed beta is running from the 25th to the 28th. Unfortunately, I will be probably on holiday. But let us know. I did the closed beta for... brain. Anyway, the shooter game. And it was a lot of fun. But again, I'm not totally convinced as a Sea of Thieves fan. I like my pirate games, like Sea of Thieves, quite frankly. But here we go. The beta, a closed beta, which suggests a closed beta that it's still it's closer to happening than not happening. Put it that way. Oh, I like that. I like that. We're all going to be Skull and Bones before Skull and Bones is released. Strugglebox in. Available for bar mitzvahs, birthday parties, and graduation ceremonies. Very good. Very good. But anyway, maybe I'll try and get into the closed beta. Yeah. Give it a go. Why don't look, collectively, everybody try and get in the closed beta. Some of us might make it, yeah? Some of us might make it. But I must admit, I'd written this off. There'd been a lot of rumours that there was trouble at Mill. And they changed the developer team and all that kind of stuff, that it wasn't going to happen. But why have a closed beta? More information here. Why don't we just check out the information live? Closed beta. Learn more. Right. Preload the beta. August the 22nd. Tomorrow. Download your fan kit. Register now. Okay. Should we register now? Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. If I can remember my... yeah. So we're going to register it now. It's going to send me email. Okay, bear with me while we register live. Get my verification code. Shut up. Come on. Talking to my email. Shut up. Where is it? Where have I gone? Where's it? Where's the thing? Oh. I kind of lost the what's it. Bear with me while I'm trying live. There we are. Beep. Beep. I'd lost the pay. You've got so many tabs open. Yeah, there we go. So I've registered. I think I've registered anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, while that's sort of spinning around... Oh, thank you for registering. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I've registered. They'll let us know if I'm in. I get in the house, as it were. I get invited in. Meanwhile, back to the news, ladies and gentlemen. Again, remember to hit the likes. There's 24 people watching. Only 11 likes. Does that mean that 13 of you don't like me? Anyway, here we go. It's not just Starfield, ladies and gentlemen, coming to an Xbox near you. We've got other games, of course, coming to Game Pass in September, and we have a small hint, a tease, call it what you will. So, obviously, Starfield, September the 6th. Lies of P, September the 19th. Party Animals. Those who've seen Party Animals, it's got that human fall flat kind of ragdoll nonsense going on. Oh, the games frustrate me. Especially when you stick together. Oh, it's so like humans fall flat. Oh my god. Anyway, it's coming to Game Pass, so should be fun to play. Then we've got Payday 3 coming to Game Pass. And then Cocoon, I'm less familiar with that. An adventure Cocoon. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Cocoon. Summer Games Fest. Winner. Okay. Wow. Sort of weird 3D. Oh, from the developer of Inside. All right. It's got a very distinctive sort of indie art style, hasn't it? That everybody loves. My brain's going to hurt with this sort of coming at you 3D platforming. That's a bit novel, isn't it? You know, normally you're platforming across like that, but this kind of coming out of the screen at you kind of style. Very, very interesting. Cocoon. There we go. Also coming to Game Pass. That's just a hint of some of the games that come into Game Pass in September. There will be others, but I mean, hello, Starfield, Lies of P, Payday 3, big AAAs, and then you got fun things like Party Animals, and then a real sort of, you know, already looking like an indie classic in Cocoon. So, yeah, what's not to like? What's not to like, ladies and gentlemen? Talking of Xbox again. Oh. What? Anyway. Copyright claim on Twitter or X. Master Chief is coming to Rainbow Six Siege. So you're getting a skin, a Master Chief crossover with Rainbow Six Siege, apparently. Very strange. That, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the... I know what I didn't do. Let's go back to the chat, see how you lot are. That's the sort of... Game Science is the developer for Black Myth. Yes. Actually, thank you for reminding me. Actually, before we go, yes, let's just, because we'll come back to that. Jay Smith, hold that thought. Of course. As mentioned earlier, I think by Jerome, Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, it's a Mario, is stepping down. It's funny. See that box he's holding? I've got, well, until about last week, I had one of those boxes. I picked it up at a games fair thing. And then there was like goodies inside. And so I hung it on a little rafter in what was my kids' playroom. So they walk under it. So it's like they're like living in, you know, Mario Brothers or something. Yeah. But my partner threw it away because she'd gone all Marie Kondo on the room there that it was in. But in fairness, the room that it was in had been turned into a giant junk room. So Much love for her for doing that, because now it is a beautiful little chill out space again, like it was once when my kids were little and it was a little games room. We've reclaimed it now, and all the junk is gone, including my little Mario block, question mark block. Anyway, yeah. Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, stepping down, but presumably they're just going to have somebody 67 years old. He's portrayed Luigi. Does Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, and the baby versions of these characters. He'll be stepping back from recording character voices for the games. But you can just get AI to do it now, can't you? Yeah? All they need to do is get AI to learn his voice, and then they can clone his voice, and he doesn't have to do it. I mean, what's he say? What additional words is he going to say, though? Like, doesn't the baby go, meep, meep? And Mario goes, it's a Mario. You know, like, that's it. Unless they get Chris Pine, whatever, to say it. Or whoever. Chris, one of the Chris's, you know what I mean. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Now, yes. While I'm on the back to Black Myth. So there is, by all accounts, this early doors from IGN. I'm going to take the desktop off. An early review. This gorgeous Unreal Engine 5 Souls-like has finally lifted its mysterious veil. They're going to be featuring a lot of this. Do not be confused by the quality of this. Yeah, it's 720, so that's why it's a bit rubbish. It's on the IGN site. Since Black Myth Wukong released its first trailer 3 years ago, I knew it was ages ago. I said about over 2 years ago, wasn't it? 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I remember it. Everyone was super excited. Well, not everyone. That's a phrase. I was talking about somebody yesterday. If you're one of these people that says everyone, apparently is a red flag in a relationship. A lot of people, a number of people I'm aware of, some people mentioned to me that they were quite excited about the prospect of Black Myth Wukong, which follows the story of the Legend of Monkey, which, of course, is an ancient Chinese poem story. The reason I'm looking away is because I've got it. Goes to my bookshelf. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, Wu Cheng En, Monkey. Of course, those of a certain age, probably, I want to say 40 plus, who lived in the UK, have grown up in the UK, will of course know the Legend of Monkey. Now, that's not racist. That's exactly how the TV show was announced. And it was a dubbed version of the Japanese TV program from the, I want to say, the 80s. Monkey, you might know it in America as Monkey Magic, partly because of the disco-inspired song Monkey Magic, Monkey Magic. Anyway, it's basically the Legend of Monkey. I digress. This game is basically based on the Legend of Monkey by Wu Cheng En. Wu Cheng En is the author, not the title, Clive, you idiot. Wu Cheng En. 15th century story of the Legend of Monkey. I love the story of Monkey. It's still, even though it's in a kind of serious Penguin edition, you know, along with all the books I had to study for English literature and stuff like that at university and all of that. It's a funny book. It's still funny because he's cheeky. He's a cheeky fella, is your monkey. Anyway, I digress. Game Science held a large-scale Black Myth Wukong hands-on event in Hangzhou, China, inviting over 1,000 players Where's my invite? Where am I going to? China? Come on, I want to go to China. Inviting over 1,000 players from all over the country to personally play the latest trial version. Maybe they'll launch the trial version. Just have a little trial, a little demo. The 45-minute demo provided 3 different boss fights and a relatively complete chapter experience. So what we know about it is that it is... did I just read there? Roguelite? Hope it's not as difficult as Wo-Long. It's worth noting after the event, the dev team made some adjustments to the trial version based on the feedback and suggestions. Yeah, don't make it too hard. As a result, my experience may differ slightly from what others experienced in Hangzhou and at Gamescom in Cologne. The first boss in our demo is named Centipede Guai. Don't see the adverts. Yeah, the first official Unreal Engine 5 gameplay. Anyway, we're going to probably see a lot more trailers. Hopefully they launch the trial and make the trial available to the public at Gamescom and all. But anyway, yes, thank you for mentioning that. Jay Smith Game Science is indeed developer and one of the first people to sort of showcase Unreal Engine. Look, oh, here's a look. This, I remember vaguely the trailer. Again, this is... Let's see if we'll get it in better quality for you. There we are. Look at that. He's got a big head, hasn't he? I mean, it does look good quality-wise. I saw one fight scene look really... had a really cool effect as the boss level sort of threw out these other things, and then it's quite hard to describe, but there's some real cool looking kind of boss levels in there. Anyway, so if you're not familiar with the game, that I think gives you a rough idea of the sort of thing. Very much, I guess, like Wo-Long and all that kind of stuff that was launched on Xbox Game Pass and things like that, that I was terrible at. Even though I tried so hard. Anyway, Case Ball there. Internet of Games, how are you? RTX on, so fingers crossed for GFN. Yes, indeed. I'm sure you're talking about Starfield. Game Science confirmed. Very strict. His Steam code has been cancelled for posting that review. Oh, is this the guy that posted the no spoiler alert? Let me see if I can find it. Are you talking about the Starfield review? Like, I did think, like, an embargo is an embargo, mate. Yeah? An embargo is an embargo. I'm just whizzing quickly through some of these tweets. He's probably deleted it. Anyway, the person in question was very excited about the prospect of it. Said there didn't seem to be any bugs. There's lots to do. No real kind of spoilers, but yeah, an embargo is an embargo. What time is Gamescom beginning? It is 8 p.m. European time. So I guess that is, I want to say, I get confused, 7 p.m. UK? Or is it the other way around, 9 p.m. UK? But then, just for you, for reference there, Colm. $8 p.m. European, Central European time. That's when it is. Tomorrow. Let's just double check so I can give you the facts. Yeah, 7 o'clock UK time. if you are in the UK. 7 o'clock UK time. Otherwise, it's 8 p.m. Central European time. What would be a Starfield? Oh, I know. My son just told me, and I saw it today, actually. I'll put monkey back. I saw it today. He said it's gone up. It's gone up. Like, they're not even paying for a lot. I suppose they're paying for lots of individual licenses now because they don't have the general FIFA license. So they've had to do amount of deals they've had to do for FC24, individual deals rather than the collective deal. But yeah, it's what, 70 quid? And I know my son's going to want it. Pre-order now. Let's look. We can share my shock horror. My son's going to want this. He's going to want it for Xbox. Okay, let's look. Standard edition, okay? What don't you get? 7 days early access. You don't get 4,600 for your Americans. FC points. Access to... You don't get the Nike Ultimate Team campaign. Or the TOTW or the Nike Ultimate Team Lone Player item. But other than that, standard edition. Oh, the wait, the suspense is killing me. Okay, it's 70 quid. 70 quid. Or £62.99 for me. 70 quid. They make an absolute packet. Knowing, remember, like I told you, that when my son played, when I got it from Stadia, he spent nearly £200 at least on FUT points, FUT points, on top of the game. They make an absolute fortune, these guys. Hey, Dave, how are you? Been a while indeed. Good to see you, David. Dave, I apologise I didn't jump on that earlier. So if you missed it, my own fault for not getting in there. But there we go. Yeah. It's funny, Keanu Reeves showing up in games. I don't think he's even a gamer. Lol. No. But he's built this, you know, he's... Oh, brain's gone dead. Wick. He's, you know, John Wick. So that kind of, which is like a kind of, you know, stylistic movie version of sort of anime gunplay kind of gaming style thing, isn't it? So, and he's synonymous with that. 7 p.m. indeed. Is it the Matrix? Of course, they had that demo, didn't they? FC24 will have more sales. Wouldn't surprise me. Hypermotion V. So it went Hypermotion 1, Hypermotion 2 to Hypermotion 5. Hypermotion V captures the game as it's truly played. Yes, that's true, including 180 plus pro men and women. Ultimate Edition is £99. 100 quid. And you know the game is only going to... It's not as though you go, oh yeah, but I'm going to play it forever. No, you're not. You're going to play it for a season, a year. You're going to play it for a year. £100. Whoo. Anyway, people will buy it. I remember, yeah. Keanu is related to... everything is related to Keanu Stadia. That's a fact. Exactly, was it 6 degrees of separation? Yeah. It's all... we're all interconnected, yeah. I think Keanu had an English... Yeah. Keanu had an English mum, I think, or something like that. He's got English... What am I going? Yeah, he's from Essex, isn't he? Like, he's from Essex. Right? Keanu Reeves, isn't he not like, if he hadn't gone to his mother, if his mother hadn't ran away, right? If his mother hadn't ran away to America, right? he'd be like, he'd be talking like this. That's what he'd be doing, like David Beckham or something. Yeah, imagine that. He wouldn't be an actor in Hollywood and all of that, right? He'd be living in Essex, in England, right? That'd be Keanu, but his mum ran away, and now he's Keanu Reeves. Struggle Boxing, I've been good, and thank you for your contribution today. Much appreciated. Is that the wait times on GFN tier, free tier? Who knows? Quake 2 looks great. It does look great. I've completely forgotten. I vaguely remembered the game, you know. Repurposed is the word I was looking for indeed. You need 14 years for Starfield. I'm looking to just sort of, you know, fun, just sort of traveling around. I like a game that you can either, you know, that is easy to, I want Starfield to be the game that's easy to pick up and play and can be as complex, you know, you can collect all the sandwiches in the world, in the universe, yeah, or just follow the story through. I'm happy that. Lol, what's 28 years indeed? The Crew is released in 2 weeks. Wow. Is that the Crew 2 or Crew 3? I know someone who's excited for the Crew. I've got them joining Ubi Plus and GFN Priority for it. Indeed. It's still a good joke. Still a good joke, Struggle Boxing. I think a lot of people change their minds when they play the closed beta. I think Case Ball for me, it's going to be just like getting used to, look, it's not Sea of Thieves. It's a different pirate game. And you just got to get used to that. So it's sort of just getting rid of that habit and embracing a new habit in terms of game style and gameplay and sort of disconnecting the two. Yeah. And then just approaching it with an open mind. And then I think I would get into it because I quite like Black Flag, elements of it, you know, going to islands, you know, having to sort of, you know, defeat, I don't know, English naval ship or something or other pirates and collect things and get bigger ships and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's just about disconnecting the two things and all of that. So, wow, it's so good to see everybody today. We'll rush through the chats. Looks amazing. Jerome's pre-ordered it. Yeah, Stadia Lover 1234, correct. Yeah, Stadia former lover 1234. Sloppy Stadian, indeed. Yeah. You lot. Unity. Prince of Persia plays with 2D platforming, 3D arena fight looks good. I have to check. Remember that trailer at the old at Gamescom? Hey, Yoshida. Good to see you, Yoshida. Lovely to see you. Not good to see you. Always lovely and beautiful to see you in the house, Yoshida. Thank you. It's me, Mario. Indeed. I'd love to be good enough to play a game as technical as Black. I'm sure. Yeah. Let's hope it's not too crazy. Monkey Magic, indeed. Button basher. Button programmer. What we know is controllers will be ripped and torn, thrown and stomped on. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. The frustration of Wo Long. Just the first big boss. Really, I spent ages. And when I finally thought I'd defeated him, spoiler alert, and then it's like a whole new... No, he's just slightly scarred. And then you've got no health left because you've wasted it all on that, what you think is the first defeat of the big boss in the first... Oh. Anyway, we'll see. I just want to be able to get through the story, you know? Google Play for PC beta this week. Interesting, Internet of Games. They revoked his Steam key. This is interesting. $90. Is that $90 for FC24 in the US? Be on sale a month after release. Oh, they'll have a sale, but yeah. But they're starting high. Yes, I saw that. Atari console, ladies and gentlemen. Since we are all things gaming, I retweeted it. let's see. How do I get my retweets? Things I've retweeted. Anyway, yes, there was a little teaser trailer of the new Atari. I'm just having a quick look on my tweets. See if anybody retweeted me. Yes, here we are. Look, I've got it here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Look at wooden, the old wooden classic. Tomorrow. So that's got to be Gamescom, surely. Gamescom, surely. I wonder what it'll be. Anybody know? Presumably just, yeah, the same old. I'm really, I'm really getting back into my retro gaming thanks to Antstream. So there we go. It'd be a Tory boy doing E and playing snooker, yeah. Loads of money, yeah. I'm very excited about that Atari announcement. Oh, I know you, Jerome. You're a big fan of the old Atari. You've got the other one, haven't you? So is this an updated version or a new take or what is it? It'd be interesting. Official account. I'm following it. Days of Doom is coming to it. Quantum Recharged. Of course, yeah, all those recharged games. Air fryer. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I bought a huge bag of French fries today, chips, for my son's got his mate coming over. So I just thought, it's chicken and chips all the way, mate. Burgers and chips. I can't, teenage boys. They're not going to be eating fancy stuff. So I bought a large bag of chips for me air fryer, my Ninja air fryer, and on it says win a Ninja air fryer. And I was saying to my son, oh look, you could win a Ninja, and he goes, what are you going to do? That's the exact model you've got, Dad. So we'll have we'll win 2 Ninja air fryers. I love the Ninja air fryer. Anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's it. We're done. Now, I haven't made an outro. Shame on me. For the show. So it's just going to be a bit of a dead end, really. It's early doors. Jerome wants chicken and chips now. Yeah, teenage sons, chicken and chips. But yes, I want to thank everybody. I'm in an hour in about doing this because the fall show is going to start beginning of September when I've sort of got rid of the holiday feeling. And we've got that back to school feeling. I want it to back to podcast. But this is episode 1 of the Monday Game Chat. You were here. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy the rest of your holidays if you're having any holidays and all of that. And I will see you probably in September, ladies and gentlemen, which isn't far. And stay in touch and all of that. As I say, I don't have an outro, so the show's going to sort of stop. Yeah, it's just going to stop. But thank you anyway. Goodbye. I'll just wave, maybe. Yeah, I'll just wave until the show stops. How about that? And I'll promise I'll work out on an outro. Yeah, thank you. The Atari Air Fryer episode, indeed, in